Welcome to the 96th Foundation Day celebrations.
Welcome to 96 Foundation Day.
वेलकम टू 96 फाउंडेशन डे
96 फाउंडेशन डेला तुमचं स्वागत आहे.
स्वागत आहे.
Namaste. Welcome to the 96th Foundation Day.
Namaste. Welcome to the 96th Foundation Day of Kaivaladham, Lonavala.
वेलकम टू 96 फाउंडेशन डे
Welcome to 96th Foundation Day.
96 स्थापना दिनावर तुमचं स्वागत आहे.
Hi, welcome to the 96 Foundation Day of Kaivaladham, Lonavala.
वेलकम टू 96 फाउंडेशन डे.
Namaste. Welcome to 96 Foundation Day.
Namaste all. Welcome to 96 Foundation Day. Welcome to 96 Foundation Day.
Welcome to 96 Foundation Day.
Welcome to 96 Foundation.
नमस्ते वेलकम टू द 96 फाउंडेशन डे
Welcome to the 96 Foundation Day.
Welcome to the 96 Foundation Day.
Welcome to the 96th Foundation Day.
Namaskar. Welcome to the 96th Foundation Day, which verily is the ahuti to the great yajna started by Swami Kulananda. Welcome.
Online from different parts of the world, I give my special thank you to each one of you who have taken time and joined us today. We are here inside a very beautiful studio, and this year is a very different year. Usually, in a very traditional environment, we celebrate inside the institute where thousands of people gather here and we do a long celebration. But this year, it's a different year for the entire world. So we have decided to meet online. Therefore, it's online symposium. I have with me dignitaries here who will be starting the inauguration with Deep Prajulan. Deep Prajulan is a very traditional way in Indian culture where we begin our auspicious occasions and ceremonies. I'm going to quickly tell you a little bit about all our dignitaries who are here. We also have our chief guest, Justice Sri Sri Krishna, who has joined us online from Mumbai. I will tell you a little bit about our dignitaries who are present here with me right now. I have with me Swami Maheshananda ji, who is the spiritual leader and chairman of Kaivaladhama. I also have with us Shri O.P. Tiwari ji, who is a disciple of Swami Kubirananda, the founder of Kaivaladhama and currently acting as the secretary of Kaivaladhama. And of course, we have with us Shri Subodh Tiwari ji, who is the CEO of the Kaivaladhama Yoga Institute. Born in the yogic atmosphere of Kaivaladhama, he believes that yoga is not only doing, but being with us. As a tradition of Kaivaladhama, we always begin, whether it is a meeting, whether it's a lecture, whether it's an online conference, we begin with our Shanti Mantra, which is Sahana Bhavatu. I'm going to request everyone to please join our hands, even the viewers, if you can, and we begin our very special day, which is the first day of the 96th Foundation celebration with Sahana Bhavatu. Let's join our hands together and sing.
Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviram Bharavarai Tejasvinavadirastu Ma Vidvishavai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
That was beautiful. I am going to now request Shri Subodh Tiwari ji to welcome our chief guest and also tell a little bit about him and take on the dais and start the Deep Prajulan. Over to you, Subodh ji.
Namaskar and pranams to all our viewers who are there online. I welcome all of you. We seek blessings from the celestial beings and we go forward with lighting of the lamp. May I request Reverend Swamiji and Reverend Tiwariji to please light the lamp to mark the beginning of the celebrations of the 96th Foundation Day of Kaivalya Dham, Lonavala, here at the Tapobhumi of Swami Kuvalyananda.
Om Sharanam Pavitram Vidadam Puranam Yena Bhurastarati Duskradani Yena Pavitrena Shuddhena Bhuta Adipapmanamaratim Mundarema Lokasya Dvaramartimar Pavitram Jyotishmat Prajamanam Mahasurada Amradasya dhara bahudha dohamanam sharanannoloke sudhardhavadu namo sudandaya sahasramurte sahasrapadarshi shirorvahave sahasranamne purushaya shashvate sahasrakoti varine namaha.
Once again, the permission and blessings of Swami Maheshananda Ji and Shri O.P. Tiwari Ji, I begin this inaugural function and I welcome all the sadhaks, all our students, and everyone associated with Kaivalya Dham who has joined us to share our festivities. My pranams to our chief guest, Justice B.N. Shri Krishna Ji, who is amongst us and who has been guiding us for more than a decade in our effort to promote yoga. 96 years is a long time, and we are proud that we have been able to maintain the vision of our founder, Swami Kuvalyananda Ji, and his vision of ensuring that the Puritan aspect of a yoga is spread throughout the world. We are guided by his blessings always, and we always choose to celebrate in a way where we can share the in-depth knowledge of yoga in many dimensions. And this year we have chosen the topic Yoga Therapy, the classical and the contemporary perspective, where everyone will be benefited by a number of speakers whom you will listen to. So I welcome you all with my humble pranams on behalf of Kaivalya Dham. And moving further, I will request Shri Tiwari Ji to address all of us. Out of 96 years of this institution, Shri Tiwari Ji has been here for 63 years, and that is a long time. A disciple of Swami Kuvalyananda Ji, an ardent practitioner and teacher of pranayama. May I request Shri Tiwari Ji for his words of wisdom to all the audience we have.
All my friends, lovers of Kaivalya Dham, my elders, chief guest, Justice Sri Krishna Ji, and all those who are having viewed this ceremony of starting for 96th year of foundation. I remember when I joined Kaivalya Dham in 1957-58 as a student, and always I remembered about Swamiji, who first, after topping the Bombay University in Sanskrit literature, he devoted himself first to the freedom movement along with Lokmanya Tilak ji. Later on, something compelled him, and he joined the institution of physical education under Sri Manik Rao ji of Baroda, who was known those days for the expert of in this physical education, Indian physical education. Later on, God knows, some insight ignition was there, and he turned towards the yoga and met Paramhans Sri Madhudas Ji Maharaj at Malsar near Baroda. That changed his life. From physical world, he entered into a spiritual arena. There also he wanted to do something which is not touched yet. He was very eager to go into yogic research and brought science very close to yoga. I remember in his first number of Yoga Mimamsa, he said that I do not know what result will be achieved after doing this research, but we will welcome that scientific aspect of yoga. Further, he said, yoga has a complete message for humanity. Let young come forward to carry this message not only in India but every corner of the world. You can understand his personality, how much he wanted to do in yoga. And today, the whole world knows the plant which he put growing, giving fruits, and people all over the world came to know the work of the Kaivalya Dham in the scientific field. Remember, I have told his first message, which he gave to the world about yoga, and without taking your much time, I tell you, the last moment, he caught my hand and said, Tiwari, I have brought up this institution out of nothing. If it goes to nothing, I do not mind, but yoga should not be diluted. And I assure all of you that Kaivalya Dhama has followed the tradition in toto. There is no compromise. Whatever we are finding, we are publishing. And whatever we are publishing, we are practicing also. I am sure all good wishes from you all, the Kaivalya Dham one day will be celebrating his century foundation day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tiwariji, for this inspirational message. And I always say that if anyone in Kaivalya Dham is woken up at 2 a.m. in the morning by putting cold water on the face and say, what was the message of Swamiji? And we all remember it in our DNA. I have brought up this institution out of nothing. And if it goes to nothing, I do not mind, but yoga should not be diluted. And that is the spirit by which we are being guided. We have had a great fortune to have eminent individuals who have been guiding Kaivalya Dham in its journey. We look at these eminent individuals as our guide, as our mentors. Our chairman of the advisory board, Justice B.N. Sri Krishna ji, he is with us as the chief guest for the function today. Justice Sri Krishna ji, a former judge of the Supreme Court, an eminent jurist, an eminent scholar, a scholar of Sanskrit, philosophy, and many more. Without any delay, I would request him to address our yoga sadhaks and yoga lovers who have joined us in this function to celebrate the 96th Foundation Day. So over to Justice B.N. Sri Krishna ji, who joins us live.
Thank you, Subodh. Yogena chittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaishadhena yopakarottam pravanam muninam Patanjalim Pranjali Ranatosmi. The great Patanjali is the one who started the yoga as one of the darshanas. As all of you are aware, the 6 darshanas were intended for a specified purpose of ensuring that the ultimate Purushartha is gained. In order to do that, each Acharya thought of it in a different fashion, and as they say, you can reach the Mount Everest by various paths. Either you go through Nepal, or you pass through China, or you pass through some other path. The path that you choose may be easy, may be difficult, or may be liking, or may not be liked to you. But that depends on your ability, taste, and competence. But ultimately, the goal is the same. That is why it is not, unfortunately, when yoga became popular in the good old days, I remember when I used to go to America, you would find yoga dancing somewhere, yoga mat somewhere, yoga pants somewhere, with people wanting to cash in on the brand name of yoga. So they thought yoga was basically a physical training, just like you have this, what is that, Zumba dancing or something of that sort, where you improve your physique. But that it is something more than mere physical activity is an issue that is slowly percolating into the minds of all people all over the world. In fact, when I look at the screen, I am happy that it really represents a cross-section of the entire globe. Now, what does really yoga represent? Thanks to the Yoga Sutra itself, we were taught elementarily that yoga chitta vritti nirodha. So he says yoga is not merely physically doing 1, 2, 3, 4, which the military man does on his parade ground, but it is chitta vritti nirodha. Why is chitta vritti nirodha necessary? Chitta vritti nirodha is necessary because human minds are capable of constant working in the mind, which they call vrittis. And the vrittis are infinite in number. And if because of these vrittis, you are not able to completely consciously look at that which really impels you forward. So ultimately, the darshana tells us that when you are able to remove all these impurities from your mind, the mind will be like a clean water receptacle in which the entire self is reflected, and that is the ultimate purpose of yoga. True that you cannot jump straight to the top of a tree. You have to start at the bottom, work your way upwards. And that is precisely what is taught in the schools. That is why you have the Shadanga about Yama, Niyama, Asana, Pranayama, Pratyahara, Dhyana, Dharana, Samadhi. Because Samadhi is the final thing. There also you have the Savikalpa Samadhi, the Nirvikalpa Samadhi. But you start from where? You start from Yama. You start from Niyama. What does it do? It inculcates physical discipline, a mental discipline, a discipline with regard to your habits, a discipline with regard to your intake of food, a discipline with regard to your manner in which you think. And finally, it allows you to cleanse your mind so clearly that the mind is able to focus on that which needs to be focused. That is the ultimate aim of yoga. Look at it from this sociological point of view also. This is so much of philosophy. All right, people will say, hey, we are not so much interested in philosophy. Look at it sociologically. What does yoga do? If you are all students of the Yoga Sutra, I don't have to teach you. Yoga teaches you how to blend with the environment, how to blend with the animals, how to blend with the birds. And Yoga Sutra tells us that if you have this kind of constant ability to practice yoga, even the wild animals become your friends. Even tigers and lions become your friends. How do they become your friends? Because you are able to vibrate with their thinking. That is necessary. Now today we are told, oh, let us celebrate World Environment Day, that we will make sure that the environment is not polluted. This is not something new for a yogi. Yogi starts from there, and that is his goal. He is one with the environment. To him, the tree is an Aptamitra. The lion is an Aptamitra. The deer is an Aptamitra. If you look at all the Indian literature, you will find that you had descriptions of various ashramas. What did you find in the ashramas? Deer were freely running in and out. The wild beings would come, eat something and go away, would not bother the people who were there. How did it come about? It did not come about because they were equipped with double-barrel guns to shoot the wild animals, but because they were able to blend themselves with the atmosphere that was there. That is the greatness of yoga, and it is indeed fortunate that better late than never, this has now been realized. This has been now realized in this country, abroad, and people are going very much into this with the ultimate aim of social transformation. I'm not even talking of philosophy. We'll talk of philosophy at a later stage. Social transformation, because what does yoga mean? Yujir is a Sanskrit dhatu. It's a verb which means to put together, to join together. What does it join together? In a philosophical term, it joins you with the Paramatma. At a sociological term, what does it do? It brings you, me, and everybody together. It's a binding force that helps people to come together. For what purpose? For improving themselves, for improving the atmosphere, for improving the environment, improving the society, and improving the country as a whole. That is the greatness that yoga has been able to achieve over the millennia. That is the greatness that yoga comes out with, and that is the greatness that has been propagated through various scriptural sayings, various authorities, and various treatises, of which Kaivalya Dham. I am happy that Mr. Tiwari referred to his master's injunction that even the institute which I brought up from nothing goes down to nothing. Make sure that the principles of yoga are not diluted. That is very much necessary to consider. Otherwise, in the name of yoga, you will be selling some concoction which may not really be what is really the Yoga Darshana that Patanjali ultimately in the Patanjali Yoga Sutras advocated. What is the evidence of that? It is not Kaivalya Dham, but it is called Kaivalya Dhama. So anyone who knows Sanskrit will say that Dhama is the correct way of saying it and not Dham, because you don't want to omit the last vowel there. That is the purity which has been maintained by the people in charge of the Kaivalya Dhama, Mr. T.O.P. Tiwari and his eminent son, Subodh Tiwari, and all his compatriots. They are doing excellent work in propagating the right principles of yoga, teaching it. They are also not only teaching it, they are also making sure that there is constant research conducted on how it can improve the physical abilities, the mental abilities of human beings, how it can improve in making sure that the problems that human beings face, whether it is mental, emotional, psychological, or physical, can be resolved without having to go into drastic remedies like cutting off your head or cutting off your feet. That is the greatness. And simple remedies on the basis of the ancient scriptures, on the basis of the Shastra that has taught us what is to be done. And you will notice whenever who have occasion to visit the institute at Pune will see the lovely aushadhis that they've got a plant where the aushadhis which normally you would not find within a crowded area are grown there. They are used in the research. They are used for the purpose of ensuring that the health of the community is improved. The research that goes on there with regard to how does pranayama help in bringing down your blood pressure? How does pranayama help in bringing down your blood sugar? How does pranayama and the various asanas, how do they help in bringing down your thyroid levels, improving your liver function, improving your cardiac function, is a matter that can be seen by the research that is being conducted in the institute. And I'm sure that you are all beneficiaries of this, and it's in the fitness of things that we observe today as a yoga day. We resolve ourselves to ourselves that we'll continue to do this good work, we'll continue to propagate it, and we'll continue to make sure that the benefit of the ancient wisdom reaches to the last person in this country and abroad, and the last human being on the planet of Earth is entitled to and becomes aware of these great principles with which Yatra Vishwam Bhavate Kanidam. So if the ultimately the world itself is our Kamka, like every politician will talk about then say Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. But what is the meaning of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam? It will be a Vasudha. Vasudha is the entire earth. It will be your Kutumba or family if you have this complete one-to-one relationship with every human being there. That can come only by yoga, and that will definitely come by yoga. Thank you very much. May you all continue to do the good work that you are doing. May you all to continue to get the lovely education that you have been fortunate enough to receive. And then, as they say, receive the education and spread it out so that others may benefit. Thank you all. My blessings to all of you.
Thank you so much, Justice Shri Krishna ji. We are really fortunate to have your guidance. And I also say that an institution is but the sum of those great individuals who are working towards the same cause and same goal. The credit goes to all our family of Kaivalya Dham. At core of it, the essence of yoga is spiritual. And therefore, it's always been very clear that Kaivalya Dham has been guided always by the spiritual environment, the spiritual energy present. May I now request Swami Maheshananda ji, our chairman of Kaivalya Dham, the spiritual guide of Kaivalya Dham, for his blessings and benedictions. Swami.
Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah. So welcoming to all of you for this 96th Foundation Day, which we are celebrating along with you. Distance is not more important when the sentiments and emotions are meetings. Though we know the Creator is a one, absolute Creator, and creation is also a one, universal one. But within this creation, the creation becomes the Creator, and that Creator in the originally a creation. So we have at present two Creators. One who creates the universe. That one has not created the pain and suffering, miseries, sorrows and sadness, melancholies and grief. Then who created the pain and suffering, dukkha, shoka, santapa, vyadi, upadhi? That Creator who developed as a sprout from the creation. And for that, the therapy is needed. So it's individual from universal. So therapy is not only related with the illness and sickness. When the symptoms are communicating further within the body, then it reach and communicate and appear as a signs of pain. There are different varieties of the pain, and we have pain management. So it is a pain management and the same way organized pain. A pain which is organized way the body is getting. Now the body is a variety, individual body, family body, social body, corporate body, national body, universal body. These are the different bodies at a different levels. The I, the nucleus is sitting inside and experiencing and spreading what it has having. Then we have yoga, having the base, two base. Today we have mixed up the two base in a one single base. One, the base of Patanjali Yoga Sutra is Sankhya. While what about the base and the support systems from where it is connected, related, Hatha Yoga. You may have listened the talk just not many weeks before. Sudhir Tiwari has given a talk on Natha, the lineage of Nath Parampara. There he has given from where it begins, where it ends, and what we are having, Hatha Pradipika and the Hatha text. But that texts are more connected, related with Advaita Vedanta. So on one side, Sankhya base doesn't have that Ishvara concepts where the yoga is connected, related. While on the other side, Hatha Yoga is having another base. So a mountain having the two base, opposite base, the peak is the same. One has to start. But Hatha Yoga, when you compare, the Shakti is there, Shiva is there, universality is there, while Sankhya and Yoga is working with individuality. So we have the two mixed concepts of the individuality and universality. Then we are misguided by the presentation, which Swami Digambarji has clearly pointed out. There are the two types of the Srushti. One is a Bhuta Srushti, another is a Sabda Srushti. We are not taking care of the Sabda Srushti, that is creating a Mayajal in terms of vocabulary. We call it a Sabda Chal. We use different terms and misguide, because that absolute truth cannot be conveyed 100% by the words. So, as a yoga sadhaka, where to go? Swami Kuvalananji has rightly pointed out and very eager to know from where the pain and suffering is coming. We experience at the level of the body, from where it originates. That's the mind. So he put the message, the message is, yoga has a message for the body, message for the mind, and the message beyond the body and mind, we call as a soul. In the past, it was a living soul as per the Christianity. Now today, it is a living body, not the living soul. So it is a transformation. So we have to take care of all these things. And we are here to explore all these things. Hope all of you will understand and develop with our noble and knowledgeable speakers who will throw the light on the program. Thank you.
Now we move to the conclusion of this inaugural function. I thank Swamiji for his blessings and his wonderful notes of thoughts. I wish you all the best for your journey of these 2 days into diving deep into knowledge of yoga therapy. And more we learn, more we share. That is the way Kaivalya Dham celebrates. Thank you so much for being with us. We will conclude this inaugural ceremony by recitation of the Shanti Mantra, Purnamada Purnamidam, post which the session will continue. Please join me with focus on your breath, eyes gently closed, mind relaxed, gentle inhalation. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.